It's strawberry season. Happy summer and welcome to Chef's Pantry. I'm Anna Rossi and you guys, we're celebrating. I'm not smiling, you're smiling. We are making ice cream today, homemade at its finest. So I'm gonna show you my foundational custard recipe that is delicious for this frozen treat. We're gonna pull in my favorite summer berry and then we're gonna turn it up. Old school with a little modern motor technology. Okay, so let's start with this. Hang on there, White Mountain, I'm coming for you later. Let's start with the custard base. So there are so many different ways that you can make ice cream. That's why I love it. There's gelato, there's traditional ice cream, which is really just milk or cream and whatever kind of sugar and ingredients you want to pull in. But this one we're using eggs, which technically makes this a frozen custard. The ingredients are so simple. I have heavy cream, granulated sugar, a little salt, some vanilla, and a lot of eggs. So let's start by dissolving the granulated sugar in with the heavy cream. So I did bring the heavy cream to room temperature just to give it a head start. And then I have a generous portion of granulated sugar here. That's about 2/3 of a cup. And I want to whisk it. I want to make sure everything incorporates, that I don't get any scorching on the bottom, and that things have a really good chance to evenly dissolve and start to heat up. So this is the one time that we're going to cook the eggs. Then everything gets chilled, frozen, and perfected. So we have to really pay attention here. But this is a great opportunity to really bring in your favorite ingredients. With a great base like this, you can fold in whatever you like. Maybe you like that cookie dough or that brownie crumb. Maybe you like blueberries or rhubarb. Like, this really is like a generous host to whatever makes you happy, because you know what? Ice cream should make us happy. That's what my dad taught me early on in life. Okay, so I'm gonna let this warm up, and then I'm gonna add a pinch of kosher salt, because just like with all sweet things, when you add a little salt, it actually enhances the sweetness. It balances out the flavor, it doesn't hurt your teeth so much, and it really pulls out those nuances. So you could also use vanilla extract. You don't even have to use a vanilla, but I do like that because I think it like adds to that indulgent creaminess. So this is easy to find at the grocery store, but you know what I have for us today? Vanilla powder. This is something that I found at Curio Spice, a local spice shop that I love, and it has such an intensity to it. You only need about half the amount that you would use in a traditional vanilla extract in liquid form. But I love how, without having to sort of scrape out the vanilla bean and get those little flecks of vanilla visual cues like you see in like a French vanilla bean ice cream, you can have this with like the vanilla bean powder here. Okay, so this is feeling warm. Now let's talk eggs. We've got 6 eggs. So I've got some starting, and by eggs I mean just the yolks. So I have one last egg I need to crack, and then I'm going to save the whites for a nice egg white omelet soon enough, and then just pop in the yolk there. And talk about being spoiled. Look how beautiful and marigold orange these yolks are. These came from our chickens, but if you're buying store-bought eggs, make sure not only does it say cage-free, but also pasture-raised, because that means that they have opportunities to peck at the little delicious bugs in grassy fields that will create delicious flavor. But oops, let's see. Here, this looks like it's nice and hot. So what we're going to do now is temper our egg yolks. If I added the egg yolks right now to the pot, they would scramble. And that, like, nobody has ever ordered scrambled egg ice cream at the ice cream stand. So what we're going to do is add little driplets of this cream base to our yolk mixture while whisking vigorously. And this slowly convinces the egg yolks that change is coming, that the temperature is going to start to rise. So I'm adding about 1/3 of my mixture into the yolks, and then I'm gonna reverse it. So follow me back over to the pan. I'm gonna turn back on the heat, and then I'm gonna whisk into here the yolky creamy mixture. And then I want to see this come to the consistency of a decadent bechamel. So something that would, excuse me, something that would cling to the back of a wooden spoon, or if you are a numbers person, around 170 degrees. So I just want to keep it whisking and moving around, and then let's just get an idea of what the temperature is too. I love these digital read thermometers. What does that say? It's a little steamy. Oh my God, wait, is that 160 or 180? 170, 180. Okay, we're cooked, kids. This is perfect. Okay, the other thing is we want to be a little refined. It is easy, but let's make it silky and smooth. So with a fine mesh strainer over a bowl, I like these bowls that have a little pouring spout. I'm just going to pour in the custard mixture to just collect any little bits of egg that may have created clumping, anything that would just take away from the overall experience of this ice cream. So you can see we actually did a pretty good job tempering the eggs. There aren't really a lot of clumps, but even still the fine mesh strainer will collect all of that. And then I just use a little paddle spatula to press in the last of the bits, and then it can all collect in the base there. But that's it. It's so easy. And this is the perfect base to then make it just the way you like it. So I like to use Tupperware that is heat safe and freezer safe, that has a nice like gasket kind of seal in it, so no moisture will be able to penetrate. And then we're going to start the chilling process. Give this a head start before this hits the ice cream machine, so we have a really efficient freeze process. This can chill for about 4 hours, and this is a really great thing to prep in advance. So if you're having friends over for a little ice cream party, you're gonna be making homemade ice cream the day before, go ahead and make your flavors, make your custard batches, get those chilling in your refrigerator, and then you're ready to just make it look super easy when your friends come over. So with the lid on, this will go in the fridge. And then, okay, when we come back, we're gonna make strawberry ice cream today, but it's not just any strawberry ice cream. We're gonna do it 2 ways, pulling in the raw and a special Scandinavian treat that I'm gonna challenge you to say. Don't go away, I'll be right back. Welcome back to the Chef's Pantry. You guys are making ice cream today. We have a classic vanilla custard chilling in the fridge. We're gonna give it about 4 hours or so before it hits the machine. And now the real fun begins. You guys, it's strawberry season. Oh, I love these sweet red berries. They're so beautiful, and there's nothing like the scent of a summer strawberry. So I want this ice cream to embody the season with this berry. So we're going to puree some, keep them raw, and then fold the raw pureed strawberry mixture into our custard. Let that continue to chill. And now we're going to make maybe my absolute favorite summer dessert. Are you ready for it? You got really close right there. I'm so sorry. Okay, so if you have been to Denmark, I bet you $100 that a Dane challenged you as an American to try to say, it's probably one of the most difficult things in the Danish dictionary to pronounce because of how they say their R's. They have a very guttural language. In fact, some say it's easier as Americans for us to speak Danish if we put a potato in our mouth. But in the Chef's Pantry, we love our hacks. So we could try it with a strawberry. Let's see if it works. That was pretty good, I'm gonna say. But okay, so what it is just stewed berries, basically. Directly it translates to red porridge with cream. So let's make it. It's the simplest ingredients. Today we're purely using strawberries, but you could also use blackberries, currants, cranberries, cherries, raspberries. You could really use this as a catch-all for like a nice little like forest tromping find. Imagine that, of your summer berries. But I want this to be strawberry forward. So this is about 2.5 pounds. I have some granulated sugar that I'm going to taste as I go because these berries are super sweet. Yours may not be as sweet if you've pulled them from the freezer section. But so just like make sure it's berry forward. You're tasting the strawberry and not just granulated sugar. You don't need to add water, but I'm gonna add just about, I don't know, like a half a cup, just so my berries don't scorch before they start to break down. And one thing that will help them break down is a little granulated sugar. This is, let's see, we'll start with like what, about 1/3 of a cup, fold that in, and if you've worked with fruit and granulated sugar, once it's sliced and you add the sugar, it's going to immediately help it start to juice. And then from here, it's really just giving it a little bit of time. I'm gonna put a lid on it, keep an eye, make sure the temperature is at like medium low. The berries are gonna start to bubble and juice, and it's gonna be delicious. And fun fact, I actually lived in Denmark when I was 16. My mother went to folk high school in Denmark, and we've stayed great friends with some of her old college friends, basically. So this brings back great memories of our friends Rolf and Jana, who also would always serve a little bit of elderberry saft when we would sit around at the table. But this is like the big kids version. So today I think I'm actually gonna add a splash of Saint Germain, which has that elderberry flower perfume to it, to this, and just elevate it a little bit. So we'll give this a little bit of time, then we'll finish it off with a little bit of lemon juice to brighten and awaken all that great berry flavor, and a little bit of cornstarch. So while that goes, let's just do our puree. The puree is super simple. I have about 1 pound of berries, and in my Cuisinart, I'm just gonna toss them all in. Let the blade do the lifting, and then I'm gonna use turbinado sugar. You could use a brown sugar, you could use granulated sugar, or even like a honey or maple syrup. I like turbinado sugar. It has a lot of flavor beyond just the sweetness. So, like, think about that. Like when you're playing around with your ingredients, how can you get a little bit more bang for your buck? And then I'm just gonna balance it with like 1.5 pinches of kosher salt. Kind of like with the custard, that'll help amplify the sweetness and just keep things nice and balanced. I want this to be pretty pureed, but it doesn't need to be totally smooth. I'm playing around with texture. This is gonna give my custard a beautiful blush color, and then also we're gonna have some like rustic chunks of strawberry from here, and then also from our, you like saying it, don't you? Okay, here we go. Oh, I mean, like joy, look at this like merriment in here. I mean, truly, it's like a great nail polish color. That would be a good name. Don't you ever wonder who names the nail polish colors? Okay, so let's take excuse me. Let's take a look at how our custard is starting to chill out. It's been a little bit, oh yeah, it's already starting to firm up nicely. It's thickening beautifully. And then let's go ahead and fold in some of this just beautiful macerated, pureed, blended strawberry mixture. So the fun thing about what we're going to do with this is continue to chill this now strawberry custard, and then we'll put this just like this into the ice cream machine. We'll give the gluten-free time to cook down, simmer off, and then we'll fold that in at the very end. So give that a chance to chill separately. So we'll almost have like this marbled like vein of a little bit thicker strawberry porridge. I'll also show you how you can enjoy this dessert traditionally all on its own. It is so great. All you need really is just a splash of heavy cream, which we have plenty of thanks to the grocery list for the ice cream. Okay, so this will go back in, and then let's see, it's already starting to bubble. Look at that. We'll give this about 15 minutes, check back in on it, and then finish it off. Ooh, look at that. Oh, the aroma is so enticing. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes that we've let these bubble and simmer. I quartered these berries. If you don't want such big chunks, you could continue to let this cook down, or you could also chop your berries up a little bit finer. But I like them chunky, so I'm making this ice cream today, so I'm gonna make it the way I like it. Okay, so let's taste it and see if we need to add a little bit more sugar. Oh, it's pretty good. You know what? I'll just add a pinch more. It's nice and tart though, I do like that. This is just beautiful. Like, I love how you can see it's getting this beautiful syrupy consistency that is very nice. And then from here, I'm gonna add just a little touch of lemon zest. And then let me slice this open and we'll add just a little blitz of lemon juice. Saving this until the end like this will really help keep that lemon juice doing its job, awakening those great berry flavors like that. And then while this is still on a light simmer, I am going to add just a splash of the elderflower liqueur. This is for Jana Brockman in Espergea. So what do you think, about like 2-3 tablespoons, but we'll let the alcohol simmer off so it'll still be kid friendly. And it's just like a nice nod to another traditional flavor that I remember from my time in Denmark. I love food that has that nostalgic quality, especially in the summer, and sharing it with my kids and thinking of them now having those same associations. It's just really motivating for me in the kitchen, making ice cream. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna put a star by this addition. Okay, so one thing now I wanna do is start to thicken this. If I continue to cook it down, it would naturally thicken, but we're going to give it a head start. Excuse me, all the pollen in the air is making my throat scratchy. So traditionally in Denmark, they would use possibly a potato starch, which is easily found in markets there. It's more difficult to find here. So my alternative is a couple tablespoons of cornstarch that I'm going to dilute with a couple tablespoons of water. Just because if I add this dry into my porridge mixture, it might clump and it won't taste very good. Texturally, it will be poor and it will not be a delight. And we want everything about this to be a delight. See, it already becomes like this really nice, silky, milky consistency. And this is going to act as my thickener. So let's add it. We're going to keep it on a simmer to help cook off a little bit of the flavor that might come with this. But pretty quickly, you will see the mixture start to become a little bit more creamy and glassy. It'll get this gloss-like texture to it, which means the thickener is doing its job. I don't know if you can tell that, but it almost has like this jelly-like quality to it that as this chills, it's just going to get even more syrupy and create this decadent experience when you bite into this, which will pair so nicely with the heavy cream. Okay, I think we brought it to simmer. We did its job. You could cook it down, play around with the consistency. If you take it too thick, just add a little bit more water. But I like this. So the key with successful ice cream is having things as chilled as much in advance as possible. So again, heat safe, freezer safe, Tupperware baker with the gasket seal. I'm gonna go ahead and add this, and then we'll get this chilling along with the custard. And oh, watch out, lens, there we go. And then we will fold this into our ice cream after it has had a chance to churn. Oh, that looks so good. Oh man, this reminds me of my 8th birthday when my mom gave me a whole bowl all to myself. It was 3 pints of berries. I just could eat myself silly with this. Okay, when we come back, we're gonna fire up the ice cream machine. Are you excited? Because I'm excited. I'll see you in just a few minutes. Don't go away. Okay, welcome back, you guys. We're making ice cream and the memo got out. I want to introduce you to my official helpers, Max and Charlotte. Are you guys excited for this sweet treat? Oh, thank goodness. Okay, Dave, do you want to try this? The custard is chilled. We have it mixed with the pureed raw strawberries. Okay, this we're going to turn into ice cream, but this is edible. It's delicious, in my humble opinion. What do you think? Honestly.
Good.
Be honest. You have to tell. It's there's no lying here.
It's so good. It's very creamy.
Oh, I nice.
No, it's not ice cream.
Not yet, but it will be. Okay, so I love this ice cream machine. We have the canister. We have this dasher with these beechwood blades. It's going to keep things evenly agitating. And then I'm just going to add the custard mixture right inside there. Oh my gosh, where did my little spatula go? Okay, you guys are gonna be in charge of adding the ice. You you're gonna add the ice and the salt for me, which is going to be what freezes this. Max, do you know what salt does when you add it to ice?
Yeah, it makes it colder.
Oh.
Like a lot colder.
Look at that. Go Max. 2nd grade graduate, just about. Okay, so we're gonna put this on our little pine bucket. It's gonna agitate a little bit, like pivot a little bit right in there. Cap it off with the lid. And then let's add the ice. Okay, we're gonna get some buckets full. And you guys can, yeah. Charlotte, of all the ice cream flavors, what's your favorite? Here, let's, Strawberry. Salted caramel.
Salted caramel.
Salted caramel?
Yep.
Okay, Charlotte, you go ahead and sprinkle evenly about 2 cups of rock salt. You can find rock salt at like the big box stores. Okay, there you go. Sprinkle it around. So there's so many different ice cream machines. You know what, when I was your age, my mom and dad would make me hand crank my ice cream. That's how much I was motivated. But now we have this nice motor that's gonna do the job for us. That's great. We got the motor locked into the sides. Should we turn it on?
Yeah.
Let's get this party started. So this will be taking about 20 minutes. 20 to 30 minutes, the motor will start to change sound. And we'll top it off with ice while we need to. You hear it? She's hurting. That means the ice cream is ready. Okay. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Should we see how we did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, it feels cold. That's a good start. Oh! It's a miracle! Okay, you guys get first taste.
Can I?
Yes, there you go. There you go. Okay, so here's the deal. Yes! It's a winner. Even Lucy's happy, our little puppy. Okay, so this is perfect. This is nice and frozen. This is soft serve state. So this is hard serve state. This is hard ice cream. I went ahead and made a batch in advance because we beat ourselves. Our gluten flu that hasn't fully chilled, so if we add it now to that, it will start to melt it. But before I serve you guys your ice cream, I want to show you another great way that you can have just the simple red porridge as a dessert on its own. Do you want to pour it with a little bit of a little drizzle of the heavy cream? Just a little taste, and then you guys can share that. And then, so that's a little heavy cream on top of the red porridge. Ideally, it would be nice and cold. When this finishes chilling,
Oh my gosh. I did not know it would come out that fast.
Good boy. You know, this is what life is all about, right? Okay, tell me what you think.
This is literally life.
It's literally like, okay. So when this chills, I'll fold it into that soft serve, which is what I've done here. You guys, I heard you wanted sugar cones. You guys timed this very well. Who wants to taste the ice cream?
Me.
Okay, Max, you want to taste? And guess what? I even have a little, do you want to try this? I might take it.
Hey.
Oh my God. It doesn't get better than homemade. Okay, here's my one last tip and trick. When you're serving up ice cream in cones, and you know how it drips out the bottom, plug it with a little marshmallow, and then it's a sweet treat at the end. Oh, you guys are into the flu. How's the ice cream? Double fisting in all the best ways. Have you tasted that yet?
Oh my gosh. Try it.
Honestly, be honest.
And it's so good.
Oh, this was fun. Thanks you guys for joining me. You came at just the right time. Okay, we better get it while it's cold. And I'll see you next week in the Chef's Pantry.
Bye.